Hello, welcome to Big Awkward Games unboxing video of the new X-Wing expansion, the Special Forces TIE, or the TIE SF. My name is Simon, I'll be doing the unboxing today. So what we're going to do, open this up and show you what's inside, and here's one I cut open earlier, rather than you have to watch me cut it open. So what I'm going to do is just take it out, show you what's inside. This is not an in-depth analysis on how to utilise the Special Forces TIE, I'll leave that to the experts. This will just be a video showing you what you get in the box. So, it's a slightly different version from the TIE FO, the TIE First Order, which was in the Force Awakens starter set. This is the one that you actually see in the Force Awakens film that Poe and Finn escape the Star Destroyer in. So, as you can see here, you get the new TIE SF ship itself, all the bits you need to compose to play with it, loads of different tokens as always. And you also get the 4 ship cards and 5 upgrade cards, and you can just see the maneuver dial there. It's a fairly maneuverable ship. So what we'll do, open this up, have a look at what you're getting inside. So what makes this one different from the normal TIE, and if you remember the scene from the film, it does have a cannon on the back, so it has an auxiliary firing arc, and this is quite well represented in the game as well. So you can see here, this is the ship token. You can see its primary arc is here, and then you've got the dashed out auxiliary arc on the back there. That's all the tokens you get in the set for it. Let's put those to one side. So let's take a look at the cards. So we'll have a look at the ships here. So you get 2 named and 2 unnamed pilot cards in here. So the first named one is Quick Draw. So it's pilot skill of 9, 2 attack, 2 defense, 3 hull and 3 shield. So it's slightly different from the TIE FO in that it's got 1 less defense, but it's got 2 more shields in return. So it's quite nice for Imperial ships to have lots of shields. So Quick Draw. His normal ability, so you've got focus, target lock and barrel roll. He's got the upgrades across the bottom, so you've got the elite, the system, the missile and the tech, costing 29 points, and for that you get the ability once per round. When you lose a shield token, you may perform a primary weapon attack. Really fitting of the name, isn't it? Quick Draw. So you get a nice shot off on your opponent if they force you to lose shields. So if you've lost your shield, you won't be able to trigger this ability, and unfortunately you can't put an R2 astromech on it to regain those shields, but still, it means you should be able to get a few pot shots off at your opponent, which is nice. We then have Backdraft, which unfortunately I think is probably the worst named pilot I've seen so far. Pilot skill of 7, same stats on the ship, same abilities, same upgrades as well, but clocking in at 27 points. And his ability is when attacking a ship inside your auxiliary firing arc, you may add 1 critical result. So again, very fitting of the name, great at, if you can position yourself so that your opponent is behind you, you get a free crit. What's not to love? Then we have the Omega Specialist, so this is one of your default generic pilots, 5 pilot skill, same upgrades and actions, but comes in at 25 points. And then we finally go down to the Zeta Specialist, so pilot skill 3, clocking at 23 points for the same actions, and it just loses the elite upgrade slot. So it's quite a bit more expensive than the TIE FO, which is 16 points. But in return, like I said, you lose the defense, but you do gain those extra shields. So it kind of makes up for the difference as a default. But you're going to see in these upgrades something very special, I think. So we have, first upgrade card we have is Wired. This is a reprint from the Force Awakens starter box. It's a 1-cost elite upgrade, and when attacking or defending, if you're stressed, you may re-roll 1 or more of your focus results. Useful if you don't have focus tokens, etc. So one of the new cards we have is Collision Detector. So 0-cost system upgrade. When performing a boost barrel roll or decloak, your ship and maneuver template can overlap obstacles. And when rolling for obstacle damage, ignore all critical results. So a 0-cost collision detector, that's very, very useful for pilots who might be a bit nervous of going over obstacles or just want to have that freedom of movement to be able to perform actions over obstacles. I think that's going to end up being used a lot, especially for Zero. We now have Sensor Cluster, so this is a 2-point tech upgrade. When defending, you may spend a focus token to change one of your blank results to an evade result. So effectively it's turning a blank into a focus icon, is what it's doing there, which is useful for all those times that you've cursed your dice for rolling blanks and not focuses. And you get 2 of those in there. And then lastly, we have special ops training, and I think this is what really makes the points on the TIE SF shine. So it's a 0-point title, it's only for the TIE SF. When attacking with a primary weapon from your primary firing arc, you may roll 1 additional attack die, but if you do not, you may perform an additional attack from your auxiliary firing arc. So you can get 2 attacks off with this. One out the front and one out the back, or if no one's trailing behind you, then you can add an additional die, making your attack value 3. I mean, for a 0-point title, it's practically an auto include for every single TIE SF you're going to be flying, so you're going to definitely want one of these for every TIE. I can't really see any reason not to want to run one of those. They just really make the TIE SF shine. So that's all of your upgrade cards. There's not a huge amount because it's a small expansion. I think the sensors clusters is quite cool, but the collision detector I feel is just such good value for different ships to have on it. And then obviously the special ops training, if you're going to fly one of these bad boys, you're going to need one of those. So let's take a look at the actual model. So hopefully you should remember this one from Force Awakens. Last time you saw it, it was sinking into the sands on Jakku. So there we go, let's have a look. So you can see the red marking on the left-hand side of the pilot's cockpit, and you can see that sensor cluster on the top as well. And you can see the viewing port out the back amongst the thrusters. I mean, the sculpt is effectively exactly the same as the TIE Foe, just with that extra sensor cluster and a bit of extra paint on there. In fact, I will show you so. So here we go. So here's the Force Awakens TIE. As you can see, they're practically identical. The only difference is that sensor cluster and the extra bit of red paint. And if we take a look on the back, you can see the ion engine, the big ion engine has been switched for 2 smaller ion engines in that viewing port there. And then obviously the room underneath the little turret, which is what's in the auxiliary firing arc. So yeah, so there we go. Those are the 2 compared to each other. So there's not really a huge amount to say, because it's a good sculpt, so there's not really a huge amount of changes. It does look like what it does in the film. So yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so that is everything you get in the TIE Special Forces box set. It's not a huge amount because it is a small expansion, but I think this is an absolutely kick-ass little fighter. I think seeing a full squadron of these, I mean, they're a bit expensive, so, you know, in a 100-point game, you're probably going to see, you know, 2 or 3 of these flying around with some upgrades on them, etc., and then maybe a points for the ship in there as well. Or maybe 2 of them working in tandem and some more. You know, there's lots of different variants on this that you can build with this, but I think it's going to end up seeing a lot of play because it's a really cool Imperial ship. It's got a lot of versatility, just with those 2 firing arcs, etc. So yeah, so there we go. That's everything in the Special Forces box. So remember, all the individual components you've seen here today can be bought and sold on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk, as individual pieces. So go and check that out. Remember to like and subscribe. Check out the rest of the unboxing videos for the rest of this wave, if you're curious about that. So yeah, apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.